And welcome back, everybody, to our second broadcast of the night. Welcome to the Taiwan-Hong Kong DreamHack Masters Atlanta 2022 Closed Qualifier. I'm, of course, your host, Light VIP, and with me is the one, the only, the streamer himself. Welcome, Asher Bird.
The casting streamer, Cat. Meow.
The casting streamer, Cat Voltron. It's all coming together.
Yeah, but we are jumping straight into this one, and we've already got this one started, so I'll get the intros out of the way as fast as I can. In the bottom left-hand corner here, this is our Korean Terran playing out of Japan and representing Prep Esports. It is HonMonO.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice, we have the Taiwanese Terran player himself. He is blue. He is Lemon.
I mean, you would think that a lemon would be yellow.
Right? Or green?
Yeah, I guess a very unripe lemon.
Regardless,
I don't know if that's what you want to be.
Anything but blue. I feel like if you have a blue lemon, something's wrong. Something's gone horribly wrong.
Are you speaking from experience?
Look, I've had my fair share of blue lemons in my day, okay? It's not...
Oh no. Did you tire though?
I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Oh my god. But yes, welcome everyone. Welcome not just to another DreamHack qualifier, but this is a special one. This is the very first of the regional closed qualifiers. That's what this entire week has been building up towards. All the players have now made it to this event. Now all the players here are walking away with some money, I believe. Everyone is going to be getting some of that cash money, papi. And this is where it all matters. This is where you can qualify for the main regional event.
Yeah, that's right. This is the ticket to the main event for some of these players, and some of these players that haven't really been to that main event before or don't usually make the deepest runs. So it's really exciting to see. I don't want to say the next level below because they really are poking into that kind of top 5, top 10 territory. And this is where they can really show all the improvements that they've made between the last season and now. Exactly.
Or even just showcase for the first time. That's the other interesting thing. HonMonO is a relatively new player to the scene, and this is the first season that he's actually participating in this regional. Usually he's in the Korean qualifiers, or in GSL really, because there aren't any Korean qualifiers. So now he's flexing his residency a little bit. You know, he's going to be a part of DreamHack, or at least he plans to be a part of DreamHack.
Yeah, absolutely. Just taking advantage of those rules there, which is, you know, something you're well in your right to do. And here we do have him going for a little bit of a different build. So for people who haven't really watched HonMonO before, he's a very stylistic Terran. He has his own way of doing things, and he does things kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, he is one of the craziest Terran players out there, and already, as we can see, we see a Banshee opener here, but we also had a really interesting kind of like SimCity and like production kind of process that we went into this. I don't know if there's much that you can let us know about this opener from HonMonO.
Mate, what I can let you know about this opener is this is the Beyond build.
Is it?
Yeah, it actually is.
Oh my god.
So basically what it is 2 Reaper Hellion, and instead of making a reactor on the racks, you make a tech lab straight away, and then you give that tech lab up so that you can get Cyclones and Banshees very quickly. So this is a much faster Banshee than normal. I think this is actually the fastest Banshee you can get off a normal double gas opener. And you just make the one, and you just send it around the back, and you can start getting map control with the Cyclone Hellion Reaper. And at the same time, this Banshee will be able to jump in the back if they ever try to contest that with their own Cyclones.
Okay, I appreciate it, because me and maybe some other people in the chat, we've always heard the Beyond build, but it's very vague, and I don't know TVT, okay? So now we have a little bit of clarification. Is switching into those Hellions, going for the one Banshee at the beginning of the game, and looking to deal that harassing damage across the map. Meanwhile, on the side of Lemon, everything's looking relatively standard himself, just going for the Raven first, is going for a relatively faster OTC in his main, though.
Yeah, I will give a footnote that no one actually calls it the Beyond build. That's just what me and Sheldon call it.
We'll call it the Beyond build.
Alright, we'll call it the Beyond build. Well, while we're learning about Beyond builds, any build in TVZ that starts with a reactor first is a Beyond build.
There you go. There you go. Oh my god. It's if it's a 2-1-1, but the Marines run across the map instead of waiting for the medevac, it's a Beyond build.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that is 100% a Beyond build.
Yeah.
It's not the Beyond build, but it's a Beyond.
Oh
build.
yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Meanwhile, we do see a scan into the main base. It does confirm the positioning of these tanks already set up in the natural. This should kind of maybe even cue HonMonO in to go in with that Banshee, try and pull apart the attention of Lemon as, oh, there is a Cyclone waiting in the main base.
Yeah, so that scan at the front there, that's very important just to see exactly what's going on. Important to check if the tanks are in there and they're sieged. Also important to see if that Cyclone is there. And Lemon, it looks like he has a good idea of the kind of player that he's up against because he's being very careful to keep this Cyclone in the back here.
Yeah, despite having very limited scouting information, right? He never got into the main base to scout the production, and even across the map, he saw very little to work with. So very smart play here by Lemon. Very familiar with his opponent, as you were saying. We already see the third CC is going to be on the way. HonMonO's much later in comparison.
Yeah, I have to say, this is very confident play coming out from Lemon. I think this kind of shows that he feels like he is the stronger player in this situation because he's just happy to defend and macro up and play for a little bit of a later game as long as he can survive the early aggression. And yeah, he's playing this out extremely well. Yeah, we see him slowly leapfrogging his tanks forward, slowly expanding and taking this third base. That's kind of, I think, something that we are all familiar with HonMonO. Like, he's a very crazy player. He's very aggressive. He can be very cheesy and very unorthodox. But I think we would both agree that he's probably weakest the longer the game goes on. As far as we can tell, you know, macro isn't his strong suit. I mean, he can always prove us wrong, but, like, that's kind of the perception we have of him. Yeah, absolutely. So that's not to say at all that he isn't very adept at it. And especially in a matchup like TBT, there's not that many options to force the game to end early. And I'm sure that means that he's had his fair share of longer drawn out games and he's got good experience with that. But meanwhile, we do see Lemon is actually gearing up for an attack of his own. And looks like the two armies are going to intercept each other in the middle of the map. Oh
yeah, we do have already one Viking going down for HonMonO. He does get a couple of lock-ons on the Ravens though, and it looks like he will barely get one.
Yeah, he's going to take out both of those Ravens, and they really didn't get to spend much of those energy. So this is a disastrous start to this fight for Lemon, and he's going to lose an extra Viking as well, so he'll have to go home and lick his wounds.
Yeah, at the same time, that one Banshee from earlier did go into the main base, and it is actually going to get some damage done for SCVs going down and a lot of lost mining time.
Yeah, very nice job there by HonMonO, picking a good time to jump in there when the attention was split. That Banshee, it's not really going to gain any more value as the game goes on. You just want to get it in there as soon as you can before extra defenses are starting to mount there. So nice job there to get some use out of it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, maybe Lemon a little bit overconfident with his push there, did end up exposing a lot of his high-tech units, and now a lot of the wind did go out of the sails of Lemon. Going to be forced into a longer game, especially because I'm a little bit surprised. HonMonO throws down the center tower. He's looking to even take another base or setting himself up towards the northern side. So apparently, at least in TVT, HonMonO more willing to get into a longer game.
Yeah, that's right. We are not seeing any boys being pulled, not seeing any of the usual craziness, but he's just playing a nice, solid game. As we said, that production bar filling up with all sorts of different things, and HonMonO just going to take his lead and try to extend it.
Yeah, exactly. He does have that Raven lead here, the 1 to the 0 of Lemon. We see a scan to try and get confirmation of the army. Does confirm that there's only one tank already sieged. The rest of the army is rotating over, though, as HonMonO does go within sensor tower range.
Yeah, nice scan coming out there from Lemon, just seeing exactly what's happening with the army. And it does look like, despite some poor engagements earlier on, he has actually found himself with a tank lead. A little bit of an unfortunate disable there from HonMonO. Does disable the tank that was in range of only the other tank that went down. So a little bit wasted there, unfortunately.
Yeah, not the best moves here, but again, at least HonMonO does keep his Raven alive. It can slowly accrue even more of that energy as he's rotating around towards the north. Lemon sees this, and instead, he's going to keep his tanks back at home, but goes for a double drop across the map.
Yeah, this is a very strong move coming out of Lemon. I really appreciate that he's using these tanks just to lock down these bases. And since he doesn't need those Marines there with him, he can just jump straight in here. He's going to take out the sensor tower. He's going to jump on these Marines as well. And a lot of SCVs are going to be going down.
Oh my god, almost every single SCV here. 17, 20, 22, and counting. SCVs do go down. And Lemon can even just go and take a trade here with the Marines of HonMonO. Even wins.
Yeah, I do want to point out the 1-1 of HonMonO only just finished up, so for most of those trades between the Marines, it was 1-1 versus 0-0, and especially with Marines, those differences can be so exacerbated, and look at these Marines of Lemon. They're just not dying.
Oh my god, it's insane. A little bit of a counterattack, a little bit of a run by goes a long way. At the same time, HonMonO, his hand has been forced. He lands his Vikings. He gives up the air control, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There are just so many tanks here for Lemon.
Yeah, that's right. HonMonO, he did get the first siege, but Lemon had the concave, and with 44 SCVs dying, he is going to take this one down. What a great first game.
Wow, GG, well played. Very powerful play there by Lemon. Very confident, as you were saying. HonMonO was able to fight back, and there were definitely some moments there for him, but it's so crazy to see how things very quickly snowballed off of that Marine run-by.
Yeah, 100%. That Marine run by, really good decision making there. He realized that he had enough back at home just to lock down HonMonO, and he had the killer instinct to go for that move immediately. So didn't waste any time getting straight across the map with that and gets the win there.
Oh, yes, he does. And now he's going to have a lead in the series. As a reminder to everyone, this is a best of 3. The next round will be where the best of 5s begin. But for the time being, we are still in best of 3 territory. And that is a scary thought. Thankfully, though, neither player is going to be eliminated here. There is a lower bracket.
Yeah, that's right. We do have this lower bracket as well. So not the same as those open bracket qualifiers where a little bit of bad bracket luck could knock you out with having only 1 life in each of those. In the closed qualifier, you do have a second chance, so a bit of a reward for making this far.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know, it isn't anywhere near as cutthroat as those open qualifiers. In some regions, I'll be honest, sometimes the open qualifiers are more brutal than the closed ones.
Just think so,
yeah. Just because it is all single elimination. But with that, we are diving into our second game. Before we do, quick shout out to Jadolf in the chat, subscribing for 10 months. I can't believe it's been that long. Thank you so much for the subscription.
Thanks, Badolf. Anyway, let's get started on this one, sir. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing for Prep Esports, it is the Korean player playing out of Japan. It is HonMonO.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the Taiwanese Terran player himself, currently teamless and currently getting proxied. It is Lemon.
Sorry, in the chat as well, we had a question from Deep Value. Does a Banshee beat a Cyclone one-on-one? It can, if the Cyclone isn't microed. But if you micro the Cyclone wins easily. Fun facts for you.
There you go. Fun facts with Asher. Oh boy, well, now this is where HonMonO is playing more like HonMonO, okay? This is the player that I know and love, going for a proxy 2-Rex right outside the main base of Lemon.
Yeah, so when I played him, I think I played him in an open cup or it might have been a Sparkling Tuna Cup, yeah. So I played him in a Sparkling Tuna Cup, and this is what he did against me on this map. And it turns out if you SUV scout across the map, you actually see these Raxes as you walk past.
Really?
Yeah, you can see them from the high ground on top of your natural.
Oh, from up here. Oh,
yeah.
I see. But Lemon is not SCV scouting, so HonMonO with the big brain plays is going for this proxy rack spot. Hasn't been spotted, but the Reaper will stumble upon this.
Yeah, the Reaper's going to stumble across it, so he doesn't know what's going on, and he's going to immediately pull over some SCVs. He did already start the Reaper. That is one of the disadvantages of not scouting, is you don't have your Marine started up, your second unit as a Marine. And HonMonO is just going to jump straight on top of this Reaper, but Lemon, quick with your reactions, is able to keep that Reaper alive, and that's very important when defending this rush. Yeah, the first Reaper does survive. A second Reaper about to rock out. The Hellion is on the way as well. Lemon now can start to prepare. He's working on his Deeper to make sure he doesn't get supply blocked. Meanwhile, HonMonO also done a decent job at keeping his Reaper kind of alive, allowing him to slowly snowball. Yeah, that's right. But this was the most dangerous part of the hold for Lemon here. Getting that second Reaper out, just having one Reaper against one. One Reaper against the two. But here he does have his Hellion out, and HonMonO with some nice micro there, getting some good damage on the Hellion, and that Hellion is going to go down, but a little bit of a misclick there from HonMonO. Accidentally shoots that depot there, and that is going to cost him one of his Reapers.
Yeah, exactly. A crucial mistake here in a very intense situation. Just like that, HonMonO has already lost 2 of his own Reapers. And now the defense is getting a little bit more solid here for Lemon. You know, he's already on the high ground, and yeah, HonMonO, he's given up on this proxy.
Yeah, he does have to give up. Losing those 2 Reapers does really put an end to this. It's really important for this that you have to snowball things. So yeah, HonMonO just going to back off, and he's going to land this Rax as well. That makes it a little bit more difficult for Lemon in this situation because he has to click on the units of HonMonO. Otherwise, his units will just attack the Rax.
Yeah, exactly. You just A-move just like this Hellion over here. It will attack that Rax. Meanwhile, another SCV, oh, sorry, another Hellion and another Reaper go down.
Yeah, so nice macro from HonMonO, but he does lose 2 of his Reapers for that as well. And Lemon hasn't been greedy here. He is continuing to make Hellions.
Yeah, the Hellion production has not stopped. We do have a nice repair on one of the Hellions in the main base as well. Meanwhile, across the map, HonMonO was really quick to respond, and ooh, he's actually going for some Cyclones and a Medevac.
Yeah, so this is one of the common follow-ups to a 2x Reaper is this Cyclone drop, and funnily enough, this is exactly what he did against me as well. So this does seem to be his preferred strategy go-to on this map. But that means those 2 Cyclones, they can be able to head across and start sniping things off.
Wait. Oh my god, as the Cyclone rocks up, and just like that, Lemon is gonna bow out. HonMonO fights back.
Yeah, I'm having a quick look in the replay because I want to know what the hell just happened. I don't know how that's GG, to be honest.
Was there a supply block? Was there maybe a wrong unit being made, or I don't know, but I guess he just didn't like his chances there.
Yeah, I guess the Cyclone was just spelling the end there. I'm not sure if he was necessarily dead, but I guess he knows better than I do.
Yeah, he wants none of it. He doesn't want to continue that game. He does bow out. Now we're getting into the next game, number 3. What I was gonna say, it's kind of weird because the game suddenly ended. Asher, did you lose that game against HonMonO as well?
Yeah.
Are you Lemon?
Yes.
Are you playing right now? Is that what's happening? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I honed my skills in streaming just quickly there so that I could cast and play at the same time. No, I think what happened in my game, I actually went across the map and he sort of killed all my workers with the Cyclone drop.
Okay. Fair enough. I know maybe Lemon also had experienced something similar, and he
didn't want it to happen again.
Not again, puppy. Not again.
He's like, I don't want to get hurt again.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, regardless, we are now going into our ace match. We are going into game number 3, which is going to be on Cosmic Sapphire.
Yeah, that's right. And here, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, it is the Korean Terran playing for Prep Esports, tying things back up 1-1. Can he get through to the next match? It is HonMonO.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the Taiwanese Terran player himself. He is blue. He is Lemon.
Yeah, and you know what they say, never let them know your next move.
Exactly.
Well, he's just going to do the same move, but who would expect it?
Yeah, who would expect him to go for another proxy 2 racks here on Cosmic Sapphire? Ay. A little bit more further away compared to the previous game. Because of that, a little bit less likely that this will get scouted.
Yeah, I think this is very unlikely to be scouted, but he has, opted to go very far away with this. It's pretty curious, and he's also changed the build up a little bit, going for a much faster second gas. So I'm not sure if he's trying to mind game a proxy racks from Lemon, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what the goal of this build is. Usually you get your second gas a little bit later, but this can help you when you get into mirror 2 rack situations.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he's preparing for that scenario. Maybe it is unintentional, maybe intentional. As we go, the Reapers have now commenced here for HonMonO. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, just a little bit of a different way of doing things. But meanwhile, at the side of Lemon, he has opted once again not to go for this scout. So does gamble a little bit on that one once again. But I think he's feeling that he's confident if this happens again, he'll be able to control things a little bit better this time.
I would hope so. I would hope so. Like, it's always a risky thing not to scout against HonMonO. He has a reputation, and I want to believe that Lemon is fully aware of said reputation. So, yeah, we'll see how this plays out. So far, the Reaper is scouting around for a proxy. Like, he's a little bit afraid of it.
Yeah, the Reaper is scouting around for a proxy, but HonMonO, he's waited till he has 2 Reapers before he dives in. And that means that Lemon is going to be committing to his CC, and HonMonO jumping straight on top of this Reaper, the Reaper almost going down.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Nice moves there by Lemon, just barely being able to keep it alive. He also does end up finishing that factory just in time.
Yeah, the factory does manage to get up before those Reapers can take down those SCVs, but meanwhile, for HonMonO, he's about to have 4 Reapers coming straight up, and yeah, I believe this might be why he goes for that early second gas. It does mean that he can go for the Reapers a little bit quicker with this 4 Reaper timing. And meanwhile, back at home, he does have his factory going as well, so he has his transition on the way.
Yeah, that's something I noticed about last game. He did transition very quickly into that Cyclone as well. So likewise doing so in game number 2. We do see him just chipping away at that depot. So far, he is forced back by the double Hellion.
Yeah, nice micro there. Both players haven't really lost any units yet, so for the side of HonMonO, that does give him a lot more potential to start snowballing things, but also on the side of Lemon, he's about to go up to 3 Hellions and 3 Reapers, and this is a very formidable force for the Reapers of HonMonO to be going up against. I don't think he can push up this ramp anymore.
Yeah, exactly, especially this ramp. It's so difficult to get through without taking too much splash damage from all of these Hellions to get so much value, and we already see that he's floating the first racks up here, so he's going to recognize the position, the defensive position of Lemon, and oh my god, he's going for it anyway.
Yeah, once again, he's going to land that racks, and that does give a lot less surface area for Lemon to try to jump down this ramp. Those grenades are going to zone him out, and it looks like he's going to lose his depot.
Oh my god, yeah, the depot will go down. Heavily supply blocking Lemon here. Thankfully, he does have 2 more depots on the way behind this, so he won't be supply blocked for too much longer, but this is going to slow him down, and back across the map, HonMonO once again is going for that Cyclone.
Yeah, Strack's just going to go on the other side now as HonMonO starts to think about harassing this CC a little bit. With that CC SCV exposed as well, he does have the option to try to pick that off.
Yeah, he does have that option, does think about it. Meanwhile, at the same time, Lemon wants to gain control of his low ground. He wants to eventually expand here. He wants to take the space, but that drop is on the way. Well, the Cyclone, at least, on the way.
Yeah, that's right. And something I didn't really notice when he was going for this defense is he actually started his CC on the low ground, so he must have cancelled it and restarted it on the high ground. Yeah. And that's just another setback for him.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. I mean, he will eventually take this regardless. Meanwhile, at the same time, HonMonO is double expanding, landing his own CC not too far behind that of Lemon's. Just getting his 3rd immediately.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense getting this 3rd CC because he's preserved this Reaper count. This means he has a lot of map control, and it's not really, Lemon's not really going to be able to leave because there's that constant threat of all these Reapers sneaking in through the back door and taking out his SCVs.
Yeah, as you say that, they are looking to sneak into the back door and potentially take out those SCVs, but you know what, Lemon, he reads the situation beautifully. He's already here in position. He does force HonMonO out.
Yeah, he's going to deflect HonMonO here, and he does have a serious army that he's building up now. He does have this tank and Raven at the front as well, so that is one of the advantages that he has with his tech.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we had some beautiful tank shots there on the army of HonMonO. He is forced all the way back. Did see a little bit of a lock-on on the Raven, or even forced out an auto turret, but I'm sure the Raven can be repaired, and at least Lemon this time keeps it alive.
Yeah, that's right. And Lemon finds himself in a bit of a better situation than he was in that last game. Definitely not going to be GGing out at the side of the first Cyclone. He's got all his defenses up and ready to go, and he's got his tech units pumping out here with quite a nice Raven lead. Sorry, I think he's almost a full Raven ahead here.
Yeah, pretty much. He is that Raven ahead as we're about to finish up our 2nd. Meanwhile, HonMonO is still just barely working on his own. So yeah, Lemon should be able to get into the mid-game in a little bit of a better situation. But of course, something that we have to bear in mind is how much faster HonMonO's 3rd is.
Yeah, HonMonO's 3rd is a lot faster here, but with those extra Ravens, Lemon might be able to get a push. Meanwhile, very cute move from HonMonO here. He's going to pick away at the units from the low ground and gets quite a lot of damage done there with no repercussion.
Yeah, 4 Marines do end up going down. Not a bad trade whatsoever here for HonMonO, especially before Stim really kicks in. Whatever damage you can get done, whatever Marines you can shave off will definitely come into play as the game goes on. Meanwhile, we do have a bit of a scan here, just keeping an eye on the tank count, keeping an eye on the situation of Lemon.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to be able to keep an eye on what Lemon is doing. That does give him the confidence to keep taking this map control. He does want to make it difficult as well for Lemon to be able to land his third. Another scan just in the main just to make sure he is playing bio. I guess there is a potential for Lemon to be playing mech in this situation as well, but looks like Lemon is just happy for now to sit back and build up his forces.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit interested here because we have a scan into the main base, and I don't believe Lemon was able to he did end up missing that CC of HonMonO. I mean, to be fair, both players are landing them at around the same time, so it doesn't quite matter, but Lemon is a little bit in the dark when it comes to that third CC, third base timing.
Yeah, that's right, but here we have him gearing up for a little bit of a push, and he does have a decent tank count. He has kept all his Reaper Hellion from the start as well, so he does have potential for to go for a bit of a double attack here as well, if he would like to split up his units.
Yeah, he does have the 1 tank lead. We are currently even in Ravens. We do see that HonMonO does barely catch a glimpse of that army, so he's able to rotate back around, does already have tanks in position.
Yeah, that's right. And if we remember from the first game as well, those Cyclones, the 2 Cyclones that HonMonO really likes to go for in this matchup, they did take out both of the Ravens. So we've got to keep a lookout on Lemon's Raven control in this game.
Oh, as you say that, we do see a bit of a lock on one of the Ravens taking a little bit of damage there, being forced back. But Lemon, he is able to hold on. He doesn't commit to an engagement, not yet, just waiting for the opportune moment.
Yeah, that's right. But meanwhile, we can see there is a little bit of a difference in how the players are able to handle this situation. We see HonMonO floating quite a lot of resources as he's forced to move back and forth by Lemon.
Yeah, exactly. Sipping up a little bit when it comes to supply, as we don't have really too much factory production on the way here, as Lemon is taking advantage in that army supply.
Yeah, he's going to throw down that scan to try to get the rest of that lock on the Cyclone to take out the tank, but quick reactions by HonMonO quickly picks up that tank, and he is going to be able to repair that back to full health now.
Yeah, that he is, but at the same time, there's only 1 tank here on the left-hand side that we do have the on siege. HonMonO does have to rotate around as Lemon is looking for a way in.
Yeah, I do feel like Lemon feels like he might be the faster player or the better player with the multitask, because he's pretty content here just to rotate back and forth to force HonMonO to siege and unsiege, just to poke and, yeah, just make life really difficult for him here.
Up! Yeah, meanwhile, we do see Lemon trying to juke his opponent as well, zigzagging left and right, trying to find a way in, but no, HonMonO, he is wise that he does siege.
Yeah, left and right, this way and that way. It's like, what? Oh, what?
Oh my god, and just like that, Lemon, he gets a siege.
Yeah, he gets the siege, but look at all those disables by HonMonO. He takes out 4 of these tanks, and he's going to be able to just jump on this with his Marines. What a fantastic move there.
Oh my god, the disables were absolutely insane. Just like that, the tank count for Lemon gets evaporated. We have a couple of Marines coming on in, but ooh, overstimmed from across the map.
Yeah, that's right. And we saw all the Vikings and Ravens going down for Lemon as well. So maybe just a little bit overzealous, and he recognizes how far he is behind on the tech units, and he's just going to call it there. GG.
Wow. GG. Well played. HonMonO takes series 2-1.